then just curiosity, how many people have used the dashboard? Is this anyone's first time using the dashboard? You've used the dashboard before? Maybe we could just start with everyone's say their favorite parameter. Yeah, new. So have you used the dashboard before? Oh, you muted and unmuted. No, I don't think your sound is working. Check there's like a drop down in the mic. Sometimes Discord picks the wrong like audio input device. But we'll start with a round, and hopefully you feel free to interrupt and test your mic. What is your favorite parameter and why? So for me, I think my favorite parameter is the entry tribute because I'm really excited about having a high entry tribute and then creating the system of changing it over time during the token freeze. So I'm really excited about the entry tribute. I'll pass it to Chewy.
Favorite param. I guess the token thaw and token freeze are pretty like straightforward, and I feel that they are the easiest params to get. But I feel that it's really it's really interesting because like depending on the kinds of different people, you're gonna get different kinds of answers. I feel that hatchers may be too like biased for just thinking outside the box. So yeah, it's been I've just been thinking like more of just like trying weird stuff with token freeze and token stuff. I'll pass it to Kenneth.
I haven't tried it before, so definitely should try it out. Add this to Maria.
Yeah. Sorry, I can play while we are doing.
What's your favorite parameter in the dashboard?
Oh, yeah. I was thinking about that because since I'm still learning, but I like the fact that even though it's a $1.5 million economy, it still gets the voting, and deciding on that is fun. It's great. I like that. I pass it to Lagonet.
Logonaut, you deafened. Yeah, they're. Are you there, Logonaut?
Yeah, I'm there. Sorry, this is probably a total Discord new problem, but there's like super loud music playing over everything. I'm trying to figure out how to turn it off.
No worries. You can right-click chip, and then so yeah, you can right-click chip, and then it has its own individual volume, so you can control its user volume.
Gotcha. Okay.
So sorry about that, Logonaut.
No worries. No worries. Thank you.
Thank you, Joey. So what's your favorite parameter? Oh no, Logonaut, we can't hear you anymore.
Oh man.
Now we hear you.
Okay. Yeah, I don't have a favorite parameter yet. I really haven't done enough to have a favorite, I guess, yet at this point. I'm totally new at it.
Okay, cool. I'll pass it to Tam for you.
I don't know. The parameters are like my children. I don't have a favorite one, but I'd say I'm really partial to the commons tribute because I feel like, how do we know? Like the reserve ratio, should it be high? Should it be low? Should it be like where it falls and how much we we'll have for like the short-term funding? Like, out of the gate funding a lot of proposals versus sort of taking it slow but having a higher reserve ratio. I feel like it's a really meaty parameter. There's a lot. There's a lot of aspects to consider. So I'm partial to that one. I'll pass back to you, Griff.
Yeah, I think Macy, did you get to say a favorite one?
Yes, I mean, I think the most interesting thing about the dashboard and you choose all the parameters. I mean, I don't have a favorite one. I think that the most interesting thing or feature is the fact that once you enter your the information and you can see a, a thing live there happening, and you can see how each farm interacts, and then you will have a view of how it's gonna be. So I love that.
Nice. Well, and it looks like Newt. Hey, well, and welcome, Huddle. Newt, I think your sound's working. What's your favorite parameter in the dashboard?
It's the first time I joined such a party. I'm just curious how it works, and I have a new machine, and I have to set up the webcam, so that it just took some minutes to get going. I think it's best if I just watch you doing what you do, and then next time I can follow. Then you don't need to explain everything to me. If that's okay.
Sure. Yeah, well, it's a lot of people's first time. I think it's Dan's first time too, right, Dan?
Yeah, I think so too.
Do you happen to have a favorite parameter?
In life or just right now? In the... I tend to value cities by the amount of cats I see, but I haven't seen that many cats in Barcelona, so I'm afraid this may not be a city for me. But yeah, many parents, man. But just anyway, keep going, Griff. Go for Griff.
Nice. And Huddle, do you have a favorite set of params? Huddle rage quit on that question. Oh, and wait. Hey, Huddle.
I was not trying to leave right as you were asking me a question. I clicked the wrong button. So this is actually my first time joining a session like this. I joined one with Chewy a little bit earlier. I'm not really sure what the question is.
It's okay. If this is your first time, then it wouldn't even make sense. So, well, actually, do you have a favorite parameter in the dashboard that you saw?
I actually was only in the token engineering comments, and I just joined over to the comment stack, so I don't even know which dashboard you're referring to.
Good point. There are a lot of dashboards. Okay, I'll share my screen. So in the Treehouse chat, I dropped a link to it's to Token Log, which is here. Token Log is how we're going to vote on parameter sets, and just a little bit of backstory. The Token Engineering Commons is the pilot project of the Commons Stack, and we are experimenting with this idea of collaborative economics. As in, instead of having a technocracy make the economic design, we're going to let the people make the economic design. How crazy is that, right? Because we don't think people are dumb. We think people are smart enough to run their own economy, just like they're smart enough to run their own democracy. And so we're hoping to push that idea forward with this kind of like experiment with the token engineering community and the crypto community at large to see if we can actually collaboratively and iteratively design our own economy without a technocracy, a truly decentralized economy. So the idea is that we are all going to submit proposals for the parameter sets for this novel economy. It's a relatively complex economic design. And those proposals will end up on this screen that I'm showing here. I hope it's working. Yeah, that's the token log. And so people who have TECH tokens will be able to vote on the proposals. So the backstory there is that we already did this once. We already did a collaborative economic thing to design the fundraise for the Token Engineering Commons. So we raised $1.5 million and distributed 2 million tokens. So we're starting at a point where there's 2 million tokens in existence and $1.5 million just sitting in a DAO. And now the task is, hey, community or anyone in the world, propose where do we put that money and the design for that money. So you can kind of see right now, token log is where we're voting, but right now we're still early in the process. It's not advised to vote a lot, just like with 1-2 tokens, so that you know the project is real. And so you can kind of look at these proposals and look at the ones that you like, and then pick one. And so this is the top voted one, $1 million entry into Orogeny. And the idea here is that when you make a proposal, it has a strategy, and it explains all the different parameters that were made. Ooh, common pool, 1 million X die. People throw memes in it, it's great. And what's really cool though is when people propose the economy, you can actually make an iteration on that economy. And that's the real magic of this dashboard, is the fact that you can iterate on someone else's economic design and then repropose it with your stated improvements. And I really advise that as a starting point. And there's these 4 different modules. So when you come to the dashboard, it has a nice little intro with the learning section and all of this. And everyone skips it because it's a lot to read. But you'll want to go back to it occasionally. So all of these parameters, your task is to set certain parameters for the economy. And all the parameters are very well defined. And you can click Learn More, and it'll pop you into a little, really short little blog post that defines exactly what's happening with each module. You can even listen to it. And there's even forum posts where you can go into a deeper discussion on each parameter, right? So all the documentation is there for you to start playing around with it. The first module is about how do we deal with the hatchers that have 2 million tokens. How long should vesting be, right? And what should the price start with? So right now, the backstory is that those tokens, those 2 million tokens, it's kind of like in a Mullick DAO. So those 2 million tokens can rage quit their share of the $1.5 million. So right now, each token is worth 75 cents. The hatch was kind of a mix of recognizing expertise, labor, and capital. And so the people with expertise were allowed to put in capital, and they paid $1.5 million. And the people with labor got about 25% of the tokens for free. So some people got free tokens that they earned through our reward system, and other people got paid $1 for it, and each token is worth 75 cents. And that's the real backstory that you need to think about this module. What price should we start at? What profit should we give the people who were in early, and what should their vesting requirements be? And then this graph is about the price floor, which is means because the money's locked in a bonding curve, the price actually can't go below this point mathematically. Smart contracts will not allow the price to go below that point, which is cool. Then we have the actual augmented bonding curve. So the bonding curve is this price discovery mechanism. It's also kind of an issuer of the token. So the bonding curve is just a smart contract that when you send money to it, it creates tokens at a certain price. And when you send tokens to it, because all of the tokens were created by sending money to this contract, the contract has money that is backing each token that was created. So when you want to sell tokens, you send the token to the bonding curve. Bonding curve destroys the token and releases collateral. Now, that's the basic bonding curve, and in the augmented bonding curve, we add fees to the buys and sells. They're called tributes, and those tributes will then fund the common pool, and the common pool is the real augmentation to the bonding curve. So you have an economic bond. The economic arm is the bonding curve, which holds some money, and then you have the common pool, which is actually the thing that spends money for the DAO. So you can kind of think of the common pool as the decentralized grant program that will end up funding projects to advance token engineering. That's the mission of the TE Commons, is to advance token engineering and create public goods for the token engineering space. So in this module, you have to decide with the Commons Tribute, hey, how much money do I put into the bonding curve to give a strong economy, and how much money do I send to the common pool so that we can actually produce valuable and make goods and make an impact on the economy. And again, all of these parameters are well defined here. The biggest trick is this module. We're actually going to remove a bunch of features from this module to make it simpler. So I would just keep focusing on launch. Just if you don't see launch highlighted, just click launch, and that will show you step 0 here. And so if you don't see step 0, like, you can kind of ignore it. But what's cool is you can explore the bonding curve. You can add transactions. Each step is a transaction that changes, that like is actually buying funds from the bonding curve that you designed. So step 0 is this initial buy, where the TEC as a community is going to buy TEC tokens that they will have for themselves. So in that initial buy, I set the current opening price to be $1.40, so that's there. It just says how many tokens are there, which is about 2 million tokens, and this opening buy is going to be $250,000. That's going to happen. We just voted to ratify that, and then the tribute is how much money is going to common pool, and then this is how many tokens will be minted, which you can see then changes the total supply of the token. And by buying this much, we actually changed the price to $2.11, and the experience slippage is 19%. So every time, now this next buy is like for $5,000, it makes this many tokens, changes the price up a penny. And you can kind of experience the bonding curve and simulate buys into this bonding curve and see how it will react. And so like I added these steps here, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, kind of to model after like how much this is a specific parameter set that has a really high entry tribute. And it's like, okay, well, this high entry tribute will be decreased every so often by 4%. Like, how much money does it take? Do we have to raise the price for Bitcoin? And this is like a thought process for the strategy of this DAO. So you can kind of use adding steps to test your strategy for the DAO. That might come after like maybe 3 or 4 hours of playing with this parameter set. And then we have the DAO voting. We have the DAO voting, which is the God mode for the DAO. Basically, the smart contracts are governed by this voting mechanism, and so it does yes, no, time-based voting. Let's say, for instance, in this parameter set has a high entry tribute, but there's an expectation that every so often we will vote to lower it and raise the exit tribute. And this is the voting mechanism that we will use to make that vote, right? It has, 80% of people have to say yes. The votes will last 7 days. The blah blah blah. So this is a basic voting set. Yeah. Oh no. Okay. And then the second governance mechanism that we have is for requesting funds. So DAO voting is for yes, no, time-based decisions, and then conviction voting is for actually asking for money to advance token engineering. So if we want to throw a conference to around token engineering, this is the way to fund it. And it's a relatively complicated system because it's using this conviction voting, which is not time-based. So it's almost more like donations, but without having to donate, right? Anyone can make a proposal, and then everybody has tokens, and everyone who has tokens can then allocate their tokens to their favorite proposal. So it's kind of like donating on Gitcoin, but it doesn't cost you anything, right? And you just are allocating voting power to each proposal. And then based off of how much money each proposal is asking for, that determines how much voting power it needs to pass. And voting power is not just tokens, but it's tokens times time. So it's like, for instance, in this parameter set, you can see these different proposals. Well, let's say that we want to I'm going to simulate a proposal request. I'm going to say that we have 46,000. We want $46,000. This is a real proposal request for funding the stewards, the organizing body of the TEC. And let's say that the common pool has, let's say 850,000 XI in it, and that there's 1 million tokens voting. Because there's 2 million tokens that are going to be locked. Only thing they can do is vote. They can't sell anything. So maybe let's say half of them actually go and just. So now this is this proposal 7, and under this design, I'm asking for $46,000. The common pool has this much money in it. It has this 1 million tokens. It would take 300,000 tokens. This is 31% of the tokens to sit behind that proposal for 7 days to pass. In 2 weeks, though, it'll only take 150,000 tokens. So that proposal will pass with at least 150,000 tokens in about 2 weeks. In about a month, it'll be 76,000 tokens. 3 months, 43,000 tokens. That's 4% of the total tokens can pass this proposal if they sit there for 3 months. So it's really cool because minority opinions, just 4% of the tokens could, if they have the conviction behind that proposal and they're willing to wait out 3 months, then it will pass. But if another proposal comes up that they like more, they pull their tokens out, then it won't pass. So that's kind of the idea behind conviction voting. So once you have all of these, all of your parameters set, and I'm really excited for Chewy to give a proposal and show his proposal that he's going to submit, and then really the idea is to fork someone else's proposal and change something to make it better. When you actually have all of your parameters chosen, you can kind of define the strategy. So like this one, it says, hey, there's decent profit off the bat, but there's a low reserve ratio, so 3 years of vesting seems okay. 9 months of free, and 2 years, and it contributes. There's this idea that it gives us a nice runway. This entry tribute's really high. There's a plan to reduce the entry tribute by 4% and raise the exit tribute 2% every month until the tributes end up 2% and 12% after 6 months. Very detailed strategy, Tableau voting parameters are like this. The conviction voters are like that. And here's the a meme name so people will care. $1 million entry to Orogeny. And then giving people a little bit of credit. Okay, I forked this guy, right? This is a fork of the entry Orogeny proposal, which was inspired by Nate. Nate's a geologist who came up with this Orogeny style conviction voting parameter set. And Orogeny is the idea of mountains being created. Right? And so he named it after that because it has a really long conviction growth. It takes time. And it was also inspired by Zeph's Dow Casinos and Tam's recent discussion about how we need a lot of money in the common pool. So, and then you kind of just give a like overall strategy, and then you can let's call this descriptions. And then you go to analytics, and it gives you one last chance to kind of look at your choices and look at the stats, and then you can submit proposal, and it will go on token log, and people can vote on it. So yeah, that's the game. Oh man, I muted Chip this whole time. So I know there's a lot there. I'm sure you guys have a lot of questions. I honestly, I would prefer to keep those questions in your mind. Try to answer them yourself by looking at the dashboard. Go into the dashboard and try to fork. Well, first in the Treehouse chat, there's a link to the token log proposals, list of proposals. You can click one of those and look at their strategy, see what you're thinking, see what they're thinking, and then try to improve it. Try to make their proposal better. Yeah. How does that sound? Okay, cool. I forgot that I turned off the music, so I'm gonna turn shit back on. If you hear the music, it's because and you want it quieter, you can right click that little lifeboat music icon, and you can turn down the music that you hear.
Thanks a lot. Unfortunately, I have to leave for the next session for the preparing for the governance. I will come back.
Nice, thanks, Newt. Yeah, and feel free to dive into the dashboard on your own time. If you
I
have
will
any
try it
questions,
out
you can
definitely.
even if you have any questions, even DM me. Yeah,
Okay, thanks.
thanks, Newt. Hey, Peter.
Griff, I had a quick question. In the fourth module, when you add a step, like where it says the total circulating supply, shouldn't it be TEC tokens instead of wrap text size? Like if you simulate the funding request. There,
Yeah,
effective
thank you.
supply, yeah.
Nice catch. I'll make an issue right now. And you can't really read this text either, so double issue. Yeah, by the way, this is the prototype dashboard. That feature was added yesterday. So you guys are really playing with the latest and greatest.
Hey guys, I got off to go to the meeting, but it's cool. I'm gonna keep up with what's going on here. It's exciting. Literally just joined this every so learning very quickly. But thanks guys.
Thanks, Huddle. Yeah. And Chewy, whenever you're ready, you can totally give the proposal. And I also see
Yeah.
D. Alex, welcome to the party. Canes, nice great name, Canes. Welcome to the party. I hope you guys are having a chance to dive into the dashboard and build a perimeter set. Yeah, we're just quietly hacking on our parameter set. I know Chewy has one that he's going to present. Does anyone else have a parameter set that they'd like to present?
I think I have one, but I'm still on it.
Okay, cool. I'll make sure to leave time at the end so you can at least give a quick presentation.
I'm just trying to decide on the name. That's it. I'm almost ready.
I hear that, man. You know, also the meme. You know, which meme direction do you want to go? You know, it's very oof, takes some thought. And this one I went with the classic Doctor Evil 1,000,000. Well, shout out to Sam, his original hatch proposal. But real. Well, Chewy, to give time for feedback on your proposal, because maybe we'll do a little debate. I would
Yeah,
love to.
I'm 30 seconds away.
Okay, perfect. Just get started when you're ready. Yeah, can I?
So, I'm trying to figure out where I am because I landed first place at the beginning where I had the token increase and token fall. So the open price must it always have to be in small places like support and something just to make it go
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, it's denominated in weeks. So if you do like, 3.5 weeks, then that would be adding 3.5 days. Yeah, I don't know why weeks are base 7 counting system, but hey, here we are using that. Good question, Akane. Oh, I'm excited. So Chewy's going to present his parameter set, and I'll set a timer for. Oh no, my phone's in there. I'll set a timer for 5 minutes.
5 minutes, okay.
5 minutes starting now, and then we'll give 2 minutes to question and answer.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so my proposal is called Xanadu. I don't know. I'm just like I just feel like watching some Orson Welles movies during the weekend, and there are some really good stuff that I like from Orogeny and from Casino. So I'm taking a little bit of not working them directly, but taking a little bit of each and putting it together in something that I feel that it works. So first of all, token trees and token law. I agree with the casino about like keeping the fund safe and all of this, but I also feel that rotation in our governance is something really important that maybe isn't taken into account a lot into these parameters for token trees and token law. So I feel that it's like by the time the thaw ends, most hedgers are gonna be like participating in our governance for 2 years. So I feel that there should be some room for new people to participate and to not become the technocracy that we want to fight. And I set a low opening price of 1.7 that I think is gonna grow to like 205 or something with the initial buy-in. So I like that idea. I feel that it's also like an easy pitch for new people to come in. Commons tribute 45%. That's like personally the highest that I would be willing to go. I would just like to for the augmented bonding curve to work really good, like in a stable way, so that people can interact with it as much as they can. There's an entry tribute of 5% and an exit tribute of 3%, so that it's easier for people to maybe like take some profits or whatever they want to do. But if you add those two, that's an 8. So every time you're confused, you always have an 8. Support required minimum quorum 88 and 8%. I like how these have been working for the hatch, so I would like to bring those here. And also, there's a minimum of 8 days to get a proposal. I mean, a proposal for changing our parameters at least. And I think this one is 10 or 11 days. Remember, conviction voting param. It's a small adjustment to orogeny. Less minimum conviction of 0.8. but a conviction growth of 90 days, which I feel current market conditions would require would give a chance for proposals to pass, but it would also require a lot of conviction. So I like 90 days. I like the idea of these 3 months behind the proposal. So yeah, how much time do I have left? I think I should be almost there.
You have 1 minute left.
Okay.
1:20.
Okay, perfect. So, so, oh, is this? I don't think this is mine. I think that's someone else's. Right?
It's part of the GitHub issue.
Okay, gotcha. So yeah, if let's say that if we have a total supply of 5.5 million TEC tokens, we would be having 100 million in the reserve. I think it works pretty well, and I mean this is just like wow, like reaching this price could be something really cool. Someday, and I feel that this configuration actually like gives people the chance to see this coming, like regardless if they have participated in the hatch before. So yeah, it's just like the most like balanced parameter that I could come up with. But I would like to hear some feedback on this and discuss it. Yeah, the most DAO voting would take is a 10-day period.
Cool. That's. Did you get a chance to show off conviction voting to your satisfaction?
Yeah. Just catching up really quick. I took Orogeny proposal, brought the minimum conviction down a little bit, but raised the voting period to 90 days.
Nice. Looks great. Okay, let's give Chewy a round of applause, huh? Fantastic proposal. Come on, unmute and give him a clap, because it takes a lot of courage to come up and present the proposal. So, thank you so much, Chewy. Does anyone have any questions for Chewy? Any thoughts? Yeah. Can you go to the bonding curve?
I liked the freeze considerations. And considering the 2-year mark where people were at the project. Always need to hear.
Yeah, I also like a nice long freeze is cool. Can you hit launch? So I can see step 0. Yeah, there it is. Cool, 215. Nice profit for hatchers. Reserve ratio at 20 is nice. Why so little in the common pool though? You worry that it's just like just enough?
I'm worried that just because market conditions, like we don't really know like at what point the TC token is gonna be launched. So I feel that leaving more reserve for the bonding curve can help it strengthen it, especially if the market is like uncertain. So I wouldn't like new people and people that are interested in the TEC just to have like a bad experience because it's not working properly because how unstable the market is. So that's a little bit of my rationale behind it, but I might be wrong though. So yeah.
That makes sense. And do you have any plans of what you would suggest people do with the entry and exit tribute going forward if they took these parameters?
I feel that these two parameters actually could be like changed after a couple of months. Like regardless of what the proposal is, I really feel that after a couple of months we those are like the most, let's say, I miss, I lost the word, sorry. Yeah, it's just that, I feel that it's gonna be more like empirical, let's say, in that observing the behavior that people have in how they interact with these tributes. It's going to be a matter of observation because of the hatch experience, we have like some idea of how the rest of the parameters are going to behave. But this is like a first time for us and for people that are joining us. So regardless of what the tribute parameters are, I feel that there should be a discussion around. I mean, after like a couple of months, just to say like, hey, how has this been working? Can we make it work better? Should we keep them? I mean, that could also be an option, right? So yeah, that's I'm not like 100% backing this, but I just really like the idea of an easy exit for make it attractive to people. So just went with that.
Nice. Okay, well, round of applause for Chewy. Great parameter sets. And thank you so much, Chewy, for jumping in there. I hope you'll, I don't know if you're coming to the debate, but this is just the taster. Inacy, did you, we only have a few minutes, but would you like to give at least an overview of what you wanted to show off?
Oh my God. Well, I tried my best, I must say.
Yeah, it might have
Actually-
to sprint, because at least I have to lead another call in about 2 minutes.
I did something really, really similar to Chewy's. Share my screen.
While she's setting that up, I really want to recommend coming to the debate. I'm pretty sure that's my next call in the TC Discord. Come to the debate and like let's challenge some proposals and really see how they can get better. Go ahead, Inacy.
Okay, well, I set an opening price of 1.7 and 26 and 48 weeks. I consider that. Having a duration of almost a year, it should be enough invasion for community to interact without the whole process. And yeah, that would be the opening price, and the augmented one curve I set a common tribute of 60% and an entry tribute of 5%. The next one I put higher because I consider that would prevent people exit of the whole process. And yeah, and I how voting process I add these firms as a required of 80% and a minimum form of 20%. A duration of 30 days. I think a month entirely to these processes and more than fair, and it's a long time. And the delegated voting period of 15 days. And 8 days for the ending period, and quite the ending extension of 3 days, and execution day of 1 month. For the conviction voting, I add 35% for the spending limit and a minimum conviction voting of 5%. And the growth in 50 days. So this is
Wow. Well, these are fantastic. This is a fantastic parameter set, Inacy. Well done. Let's give Inacy a round of applause. This is a really nice parameter set.
Yeah, I'm going to submit it, but I'm going to write everything, putting everything together, and my ideas,
Yeah.
finding everything. But
Yeah, exactly.
That's why I say that
I called earlier, but I need to speak with somebody again about possibly having a wire transfer.
Yeah, so if you'd like, you could come to the debate that's happening right now in the TC, and you could even present this one more time and get some more
Wire
feedback.
transfer.
So I hope everyone's down to join me in the TEC debates, and hopefully you can even bring a proposal.
No, not correct.
It will be recorded.
A
and
wire
it will be
transfer
uploaded
from
to get some
Fidelity
feedback
to
on
my
a serious
bank.
proposal. See you guys. See you all there.
Thank
This
you.
is awesome. Thanks, y'all.
Bye.
Bye bye.